Hi, I'm Mike with House on the Mend, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Dimora Wound Cleanser and 4-inch square silicone foam dressing. So let's get started.
House on the Mend.
Alright, full disclosure, Dimora did send me these two products for free for my independent review. In addition to doing a lot of household projects and DIY work, I also volunteer along with my dog Maverick for search and rescue. And my wife and I are both retired police officers, so we are always used to having tourniquets on our gun belts, as you can see in this picture, but we also carry a trauma pack in every one of our vehicles. So not only for if we're in a car crash, if we come upon a car crash, or if we're at an event where something happens, such as a church shooting or a movie theater shooting, anything like that, we always have trauma kits in our vehicles. These two over here are the ones I carry for search and rescue. So this one's actually nice and small, and it is inside my pack. I have a tourniquet right on the outside of it. This one here I keep on my chest rig in case I'm not carrying my full pack, and that way I always have a tourniquet and a bunch of dressings inside of this pack. You just pull on one of the red tabs and out it comes. Pretty cool. We'll go over that in a second. First, let's look at what we have here. So this wound dressing bottle is probably a little bigger than I would want to keep in a mobile kit, but certainly good to have around the house. Now we have a nice protecting cap right here that is removable. That's cool. It'll keep it from leaking. You have already a pre-drilled or pre-made hole inside of the nozzle. You're not going to have to cut that with a knife or scissors or anything like that. You have a white little grommet in there to keep it from leaking out that way. And then you have this seal right here. Now you don't have to peel the whole thing off if you don't want to. In fact, I'm just going to make just a little incision here. And that way I get a little bit better concentrated flow. Yeah, that's nice. Let's set it on its side and we'll check for leakage. All right, now in here we have 10 of these foam dressings. And the first thing I want to really show is just how thick that center pad is. So when they say 4-inch square, they're talking about the entire dressing, including the adhesive here, which looks like it's about half an inch, about 3/4 of an inch all the way around, and you get an actual gauze pad of about 2.5 inches. So let's open it up. Boy, that is nice, like medical grade sealing there. And look how thick that pad is. I actually want to sacrifice this one for you. Let's cut right through it. Look at that. That is, what is that, like 3/16, almost a 1/4 inch or so of thickness. Really nice thick pad. Let's peel off the backing here. All right, so lots of individual little bubbles that are all adhesive. So even on the pad itself, there is adhesive. Interesting. So I think all that adhesive is going to easily be able to withstand putting on a cleanser of some sort first to wash the wound area really good, and then put on that dressing right over the wet spot. No problem at all. Look at that. That is nice. So a lot of times when we come across folks that have been in an accident or have fallen while hiking or something, the primary wound is a broken bone or something like that, a head injury, but there are typically secondary wounds like abrasions and cuts and things that this will be perfect for. So if I look at the ingredients here, it looks like the overwhelming majority of this fluid is going to be purified water. We don't get a percentage of that, but judging by these others, so PHMB is 0.1%, undeclinamidopyrrole was 0.1, and then there's trace ingredients that are in the hundredths of a decimal point. So pH also might be adjusted with citric acid. Now, I don't feel anything on my skin right here, so this is basically just going to be washing off that wound area, get it free so that you can put a bandage on it. I don't see this being Bactine or something like that unless it's effective to have such small amounts, but a nice thing nonetheless to have in your kit. Now on the box here you'll see absorb moderate to heavy drainage. So let's test that with this fluid that spilled on my little silicone mat. We'll put that right here. You can see the water coming out of it. Will it suck it back in? Alright, a few seconds has passed, and if you look right here you can see that moisture is actually being drawn away. We went from a puddle to now a much smaller little area. Let's take a look and see how we did. Yeah, that is a whole lot of absorption. Let's get the rest. Easy. How cool. Alright, lastly, let's load a few into my various trauma kits. And this one is one of our vehicle ones, so there's plenty of room in here. And as promised, here's the kit that's actually on my chest rig on the back. And you just grab a red handle and you pull the actual kit out. And then you can lay it out and get your full kit that is off the ground. Very nice. There we go. Whew. Those are definitely thick. Looks like this bottle does leak a little bit when it's on its side, so that's definitely something you're not going to want rumbling around in a pack, but having in the cabinet where you keep all your band-aids and everything for the kids. And there we go. So what are your thoughts? What would you use these for? Where would you store them? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, would you please give it a thumbs up? It's really helpful to the channel. And I'd like to thank Dimora for sending me these products to try out for free. I'm also going to be using them in my day-to-day volunteer work as a search and rescue volunteer. So we have to pay for all of our stuff with our own money, so it is a huge help for Dimora to send that stuff out and be supportive. Until next time, thank you for watching.